Today, you're watching News 20 at 5. I'm Giselle Thomas.
And I'm Brea Hollingsworth. We'll be starting off today with some state news. The new inhabitants of Florida prompted Governor Rick Scott to declare yet another state of emergency. Rick Scott declared the state of emergency due to the influx of Puerto Rican residents expected to be fleeing to Florida. Hurricane Maria has left Puerto Rico unstable, prompting many residents to relocate. Governor Scott pledged the state of Florida will be as helpful as possible, declaring the state of emergency will help pay for all who relocate. Florida welcomes residents of Puerto Rico with open arms and will assist in any way that they can. And Cameron Evans was accused of robbing and murdering Fred Days. Evans was found not guilty of first-degree murder. Brea Wesley is standing by in the newsroom with details on the case. Brea, what can you tell us?
Yes, Brea, here's the information I have for you all today. After a 5-hour deliberation, Evans was not found guilty. Days was shot 2 times in March 2013 and eventually died. Officials say he tried to drive away but shot multiple times in the motel parking lot on Appalachia Parkway, ended his life. According to Cameron's defense attorney, she had no parts of the setup. However, authorities say she was conducting business as a prostitute with Days. Cameron has been acquitted of her charges. The man who pulled the trigger has already been convicted of a life sentence. Authorities report the man's accomplice entered a plea to lesser charges. That is all I have for you today. Back at the desk.
Thanks, Brea. And members of the Leon County Division of Tourism recently unleashed its new ad campaign. I took a trip downtown to see what it was all about.
Browse through any of your Florida tour books and you might just find Tallahassee listed as one of the top places to visit in Florida. Tallahassee's tourism economy is booming, and it's not just because of the college feel. The Leon County Division of Tourism Development recently released its new marketing campaign. It's all in Tallahassee.
All in Tallahassee campaign we just launched this week. And really it's a new positioning of the area. As you've probably seen, there's a lot going on in Tallahassee.
The city experienced an increase in tourism with over 2 million visitors. That's a 3.6 increase from 2016. 80% of visitors also traveled in vehicles.
People will come here and either they hadn't been here or they were here a while ago, and now they come and you can feel the energy.
The goal of Visit Tallahassee is to continue to evolve its popular districts. Over $5 million was collected in tourist development tax in 2017, and one of its most populous spots, downtown. So whether it's the luscious canopy trees, beautiful parks, or downtown hipster vibes, one thing's clear: it's all in Tallahassee.
And jobs in tourism and hospitality had a 7% increase this year, bringing in more than 14,000 hospitality jobs to the area.
Bob Latane dropped out of the race for mayor to run for city commissioner of Tallahassee, now seated by Gil Ziffer. The switch up from mayoral race to city commissioner of Tallahassee. Latane currently works as the director of communications at the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors. The two met and discussed their plans for Tallahassee. Latane stated that he came to the conclusion that Ziffer would be a better fit for mayor. General elections for Leon County City Commission is scheduled for November 6th. The city of Tallahassee asked the FBI for more time to gather files from City Commissioner Scott Maddox and other associates. The FBI subpoenaed the city of Tallahassee and demanded all communication, personal and business, from January 2012 to now. City officials are saying that it may take up to 2 weeks to gather everything. The FBI granted the city's request to gather all the files, which includes over 100,000 individual records.
Leon County Schools is expanding its bullying protection policy past the schoolyard. LCS added language to its policy to prohibit bullying and harassment at bus stops. The county is also looking to protect students who report bullying and harassment. The policy already includes district-related activities. The updated policy will impact over 12,000 students that use the bus system throughout the county. The new expansion of the policy goes into effect immediately.
A local woman was almost tricked out of $10,000. Posing as a U.S. Marshal under the name of Raylan Givens, Malik Willington was charged with grand theft. The woman contacted the sheriff's office in June stating she was a victim of fraud. Willingham told the woman that her Social Security was jeopardized and asked her to immediately withdraw all money from her account and deposited it into the account he opened 2 days before contacting the victim. He was later possessed out of jail with a $10,000 bond.
And we're halfway through hurricane season, and officials want people to stay informed. Our very own Angelicia Bruton tells us more about preparing for hurricanes.
Tallahassee only experienced a few scattered thunderstorms this weekend due to Hurricane Nate. And although these dark clouds don't seem intimidating, Annie Harris was still prepared.
Flashlights and flash bulbs, that kind of thing that you have. You have the kind of food that you could eat for a few days without having to cook.
And the list goes on. But Annie isn't just looking out for herself.
Sometimes you may need that. And neighbors is just what it says. You share, you make sure you take care.
Officials say they're doing all they can to help folks like Annie prepare for this hurricane season. The city is trimming limbs back from power lines and increasing its presence on social media.
City of Tallahassee encourages everyone to have a disaster supply kit. Your kit includes items you have in your home already, such as water, non-perishable food items, a flashlight, and other items you'll think you'll need to last you a few days.
Tallahassee residents are advised to prepare for the remainder of hurricane season. Kevin Peters says no matter the outcome of any storm, everyone should stay ready.
We can't relax now. We need to stay ready for anything that may come the rest of this hurricane season.
To stay up to date with storm coverage, the city has an app and other ways to alert the public. All things that Annie Harris finds helpful.
The emergency information actually pop up. It cuts into the program, but it also come up on your cell phone. And that is great. Matter of fact, I got 2 or 3 today.
To prepare for a storm, residents should use sandbags to prevent flooding and to bring furry little friends like Cinnamon inside.
I need to make sure he's safe as well.
In Tallahassee, Angelicia Bruton, News 20.
Hurricane season ends on November 30th.
The majority of the Canopy Development construction site is suspended after being cited by the city for violating permit terms. The property covers over 505 acres located east of Fleischman Road between Centerville and Miccosukee Road. The violation flagged developers for removing trees in the Canopy Road protection zone. The other violation was related to the stormwater management facility being much larger and deeper than allowed. These violations have growing concerns from nearby homeowners, causing them to recently launch a Residents of Centerville Road group. Coming up on News 20 at 5, we're giving you an update on the Vegas incident.
And a California fire destroys thousands of homes. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5.
There's a lot of buzzing in the entertainment world today, and Sade Kelly is here to tell us all about it. Sade, what do you have for us?
That's right, Giselle. First up, Nelly. Cornell Haynes Jr., better known as rapper Nelly, is under fire after he was arrested due to rape allegations. A young woman is claiming that Haynes sexually assaulted her on his tour bus. Haynes was arrested and booked in jail in Des Moines, Washington at 7 a.m. Sunday morning. Haynes was later released without charges, and the woman in question has remained anonymous. Health-conscious McDonald's eaters can rejoice. The McVegan has arrived. The vegan burger, which is being tested in select markets, boasts a soy-based burger topped with lettuce, tomato, pickles, and McFeast sauce. The burger is reminiscent of the famous Big Mac and thus far is only available in Finland and Sweden. Film producer and executive Harvey Weinstein is also facing some sexual harassment allegations. A series of allegations were made in October of this year, and since then, multiple women have come forward to support these claims. An investigation by the New York Times found undisclosed allegations against Weinstein stretching over nearly 3 decades. These allegations have recently led to Weinstein being fired from his own company. Musical artists have performed in a free concert in Mexico City to help raise money for earthquake reconstruction efforts after September's 7.1 magnitude earthquake. Over 170,000 people attended the concert. Among the stars supporting the Mexican relief effort were Latin superstars Pepe Aguilar, Emmanuel, and Mirajes. That's all I have for you all today. Back to you at the desk.
Good evening and happy Monday. I'm Angelique Beckford with your weather, and it is indeed homecoming week. So we are ready for some great events happening. It's sunny today with 81 degrees. We have some isolated thunderstorms coming on later. Humidity is at 41% and winds are moving at 10 miles per hour. We have a 30% chance of rain. Moving on to tonight's forecast, it's partly cloudy with 74 degrees, mostly cloudy with winds moving at 6 miles per hour. Precipitation is going to be at 20% and humidity is high at 96%. The sun will be setting later on. Area temperatures moving on, we have Albany with a high 90, and a low 73. Bainbridge with a high 90 and a low 74. Moving on to Crawfordville, we have a high 82 and a low 71. Marietta, we have a high 81 and a low 71. Moultrie has a high 87 and a low 73. Moving on to Thomasville, we have a high 87 and a low 73. And Quincy gets a little cool with high 68 and a low 38. Moving on to our 5-day forecast. We have some rain coming with us. We have thunderstorms on Tuesday with a high 87 and a low 73. Wednesday, we have thunderstorms as well with a high 87 and a low 72. Moving on to our Thursday weather, we have thunderstorms as well with a high 89 and a low 72. And Friday, it clears up, which is great. Homecoming week is going to be fantastic. Homecoming weekend, excuse me. Partly cloudy with high 89 and a low 69. And Saturday, it's going to be great for the game. We have a high 87 and a low 70, so stay tuned for that great weather. I'm Angelique Beckford.
Welcome back and happy Monday, folks. I'm Jessica Ward with your sports. Florida State was defeated by Miami in the last 6 seconds of the game. It was a crazy matchup to watch, and I was there. Let's check it out.
Florida State was defeated by longtime rival Miami by just a hair. But if you want me to be more specific, they were defeated by Miami in the last 6 seconds of the game with a touchdown that made the score 24-20. Let's take a look.
Florida State took their field in Doak Campbell Stadium to face Miami, a team ranked number 13 coming into the game. After this Hurricane win, the series is now 32-30 with Miami in the lead. Going into the second half, both quarterbacks looked questionable. In the first quarter alone, freshman James Blackman only completed 3 of 8 passes, and Miami's Malik Rozier Jr. only completed 2 of 6. It wasn't until the fourth quarter when things started looking better offensively for both teams, but this play was the ultimate game changer. After being reviewed, it was decided that Miami had scored a touchdown in the last 6 seconds. Coach Jimbo Fisher said,
It was a heck of a football game. It came down at the end. They made one more play and got the 1 inch that they needed to get the touchdown and do the things in which they needed to do. So, told our players, there's no reason how you did. You competed your tail off. That was a classic game. That was a great game. They were a good team. We're a good team.
The Noles had to depend on Ricky Agallo, who kicked 2 field goals, one for 27 yards and another for 38 yards.
He always tells me every day, never get bored. Even if everything's going good, don't get bored. Don't try to, fix something that's not broken. And that's what I try to do. That's the main thing that I try to do. If my swing is good right now, like it is, I try to keep it the same. Keep it simple. Don't try to, see if like my ball will go farther or my ball will go straighter. If it's going straight and it's going down, it's getting 3 points. I try to keep it that way.
For News 20 Sports, I'm Jessica Ward. FAMU football traveled to Norfolk, Virginia to play Norfolk State. The Rattlers were defeated 35-28. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said Sunday that any of his players who disrespect the flag during the national anthem won't play in games. Jones is the first NFL owner to publicly make a stand about disciplining players who kneel during the anthem. Jones didn't specify what kind of demonstration he would consider disrespectful. That's all for me with your sports. We'll have more News 20 at 5 after the break.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. For Angelique and Jessica, I'm Brea Hollingsworth.
And I'm Giselle Thomas. Thanks for watching, and remember us to follow us on FAMUTVnews.com for more news updates. Have a great evening.